What's going on? I just want to talk to you guys real quick about um I just want to talk to you guys real quick about don't ever get your hopes up high about a date. I used to get my hopes up high when it came to dates, when it came to women, and I used to think that dates meant something. But one thing I had to learn is that dates don't mean anything. If you get lucky enough to get a date with a woman, don't read too much into it, because women are all about using and taking advantage. A woman, they'll go out with you because they bored, or they'll go out with you just because, they want something for nothing. They want a free dinner. So, don't ever think that you doing something because you get a date with a woman. One thing I had to learn is that the only thing that matters between a man and a woman is sex. That's all that matters. Like, if a female ain't willing to sleep with you, then you're not getting nowhere with them. Sometime I wish that I could find a woman that'll be willing to give me some pity sex. If any women out there that want to give some pity sex, feel free to comment on this video, because in my personal opinion, I feel women should give pity sex, because, the dating scene is rigged. And you got a lot of men who are just not being selected out here. Women are not open to giving every man a chance. So I feel women should give some pity sex. I really do. That there are grown men out here who have not had no sex, can't get none. So I feel women, they should give some pity sex. But I'll tell you, don't get your hopes up high about dates. Going on a date with a woman doesn't mean anything. If you're not smashing, then you're not doing nothing. There are some dudes that don't even take women out on dates. They'll show up to a woman's house, smoke a blunt, and smash the same day. Now, that's what you call a man who's truly desired. That's what you call a man who's wanted, People try to make this whole dating scene, they try to make it more complex than what it is. Attraction is pretty straight to the point. It's either women find you to be a good looking man or they don't. God didn't make everybody special, and some people just not worth nothing. And that's just the truth. People try to make attraction more complicated than what it is. And, I'm so glad that when it comes to women, I don't even get my hopes up high about dates anymore, because I understand that a date don't mean nothing. There are some guys that, they'll show up to a woman's house the same day. They'll get a woman number and they'll show up to her house and smash the same day. Now, that's what you call a man who's truly desired. And a lot of guys, dudes who are pre-selected, because a lot of these men who get a lot of sex and a lot of these men who have a lot of success with women, a lot of those type of dudes are pre-selected men. They were destined from day one to get women. But a lot of those types of men, they'll try to gaslight you and convince you that their success with women comes from game. Because I notice a lot of men who get a lot of sex and a lot of men who have a lot of success with women, they'll try to convince you that their success come from game. I never believed in game. Game is just a made up idea that a lot of guys tell themselves to stroke their ego. There's no such thing as game. It's either a woman find you attractive or they don't. And that's one of the main reasons to why I never believed in game. Game is BS. It's nonsense. But see, dating coaches and PUAs, they'll try to convince you that when it comes to attracting women, it's about having a mouthpiece. A mouthpiece don't mean nothing. Women choose the men that they like. That's why you hear certain men talk about choosing signals. Guys in our positions, You know, dudes like us, we never got no choosing signals from nobody. And if you a man and you don't get no choosing signals from nobody, is because women don't like you. You know, this whole dating game is rigged. And going on dates with women, buying dinners and stuff, it don't matter. Because there are some dudes that don't even have to do all that. You know, while you taking a woman out to an expensive restaurant, some dudes don't have to do that. But see, one thing I had to learn is that when women like you, you don't gotta have nothing. Because I used to think as a man, you gotta take a woman to Neiman Marcus and buy her a $5,000 Bottega Veneta bag. There are some men that don't have to do none of that. They don't have to take a woman out to Ches Philippe. They don't have to take a woman out to Ruth Chris. They don't have to buy no woman no $500 bottle of champagne. There are some men that don't have to do none of that. But I'm not knocking the men who do have to do that. If you a man and you gotta spend a lot of bread on a woman, that's because women don't find you physically attractive. There are some men that don't have to spend no bread on a woman. They got a woman buying them things. They got a woman doing things for them. So as a man, if you gotta trick off and do all of this unnecessary stuff, then you already lost. And that's what I had to learn. Like, even when it comes to this whole dating thing, taking these chicks out on dates. There are some men that don't even take women out on dates. So I tell any dude out there, don't think you doing something because you got lucky enough to get a date with a woman. Because dates, they don't mean anything. I wish I would have known that in my younger days. I used to get excited when I would get females' numbers back in the day. A woman, they'll give you their number just to get you out of their face. And see, women, they make it easy for men that they like to score. So while you doing all of this, taking her out on dates and all of this foolishness, a dude that she really like, she'll give him the box on the first day. And she don't even know him. But she'll give him the box because she feeling him and she find him to be very attractive. One thing I had to learn as a man, when it come to women, you don't have to try hard. You don't have to try hard. Matter of fact, you don't have to try at all. There are some men who have to put minimum effort into women. There are some men who attract women with ease. They don't have to put in a lot of effort. So one thing I had to learn as a man, if you got to put a lot of effort into something, then that just lets you know that you're just not good enough. Because you got some men, when it come to women, they attract women like a magnet. They don't even have to try. Women just like them. Because this whole dating game is all about looks. People need to cut the BS and cut the foolishness. But that's why I don't get my hopes up high about dates anymore. Because I understand that a date don't mean nothing. If I'm not smashing, then I'm not doing anything. And that goes for you guys out there. If you're not smashing, you're not doing nothing when it comes to these women. So just keep that in mind. Dates don't mean anything. But until next time, this has been another late night talk. Have a good night.